I'm not Mexican. I was born June 25th, 1995. I'm 15 years old right now. I'll be in the 9th grade in like 12 days. Last time I measured, I was 5'10". I'm 155 pounds. Yokota Air Base, Japan, near Tokyo. I am a U.S. citizen because I was born on a United States Air Force base. If I would have been born off a base, I would not be. But when I'm 18, I can get dual citizenship with Japan. So I'm thinking about doing that. In Japan, lived there for a year, moved to Virginia till I was 4. From Virginia, I went to Montgomery, Alabama. That was my kindergarten year for 10 months. Then I went to Abilene, Texas for 1st and 2nd grade. Then I went to North Carolina for 3 years. Then I went back to Montgomery again. Then I went back to North Carolina again. I went to Arizona. And now I'm finally moving to Austin. North Carolina for 3 years.
Okay.
And Virginia. I just remember North Carolina, but Virginia was longer. Austin, where my dad will be a Target store manager or team leader. And he just got out of the Air Force, colonel for 24 years. And he served his country well, I guess. Well, my parents are very frugal with their money, I guess you could say. And, so they will probably get me, like, a used car if I know my dad. I really want a Firebird. But I will probably end up getting, like, a Honda or something. Or, Laurie has my Aunt Laurie, has a truck out in her Pepsi warehouse that I think she's going to let me have. I just need to get a new something. I'm a fan of a few genres, as they say. Led Zeppelin. My 3 favorite bands are probably the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and Jim Morrison and the Doors. And that's 60s, 70s rock. So I do listen to some new stuff though, like some new rock, like from 90s to present, like Oasis and stuff. My dad listens to country, which I can't stand. I don't know when I'll be watching this, but right now, I think we're in day 106, 107 of the BP oil spill in the Gulf. And they're starting to clean it up, but
They've stopped it. They've stopped the leak.
They've stopped. Well, they put the temporary cap on it. I don't think if they've put the full cap on it, have they?
No.
Yeah.
It's not. But okay. But it's not leaking anymore.
No.
It's not leaking much.
And they're cleaning up the oil successfully, so.
Okay. So it's over with, huh?
Well, Obama didn't do enough to help it. Mitchell, shut up. All they're going to hear is whispering on there. It's going to sound crappy.
So, okay, Obama spilled oil.
He did. He's fully responsible for it.
Let's see, I guess Bush didn't spill any oil, did he?
Bush isn't even in office in the oil spill, Ron.
Yeah, he was.
The oil spill was like 100 days ago.
No, but the oil spill was caused by lack of oversight.
BP, who, you know, the real thing, it was in like the Cayman Islands or something. They got the Cayman Islands to inspect it.
Anyway,
But really, because the Cayman Islands inspection takes 6 hours. You know how long a U.S. inspection takes, Ron?
Cayman Islands.
2 weeks. They wanted it done fast. They got a crappy inspection, and it blew.
Okay.
So
that was during the Bush administration.
This was like 100 days ago, Ron.
No, the
Get with the program.
The inspection.
The inspection was sometime before the leak. I'm thinking within a month or so before. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
You're kidding. They have the well drilled, and they have the everything in place. That takes years.
No.
Oh yes, it does.
So do you think Bush is going to fly out to BP every time they get an oil
Bush not
spill?
going to do anything. I don't expect.
Obama's not doing anything about the oil spill either, so.
Well, he looks better than Bush.
Not necessarily.
Okay. So you're on Bush. You think?
Yeah, I'm not on Bush's side completely. Okay, he did his first term. We all have to admit his first term was way better than his second term. I don't think I'm against abortion. I don't think that people can just like go off the street and go get an abortion. I don't think they should be able to allow that.
But they should be able to get an abortion.
Well, like this is the really.
You don't believe in choice, then?
Well,
you believe in.
Let me finish. It's difficult because because if a woman gets raped or something and then gets pregnant and she can't afford or anything, it's pretty difficult. But I would say that they can always put it up for adoption or something. It's a good solution for everyone. But there's some, like you said, some cases where death of the mother, it's really, really hard. I'd have to think about that for a while to just But so what about him? Because this is probably the longest topic we'll go off on. I think
he's black. Does that bother you?
No, that doesn't bother me.
You sure?
Yes.
Biden's white. Does that bother you?
No, I'm white. Biden's an idiot, though. He's screwed up so many times.
Okay. Give me one.
Give you one? Okay. Well,
one Biden screw up.
One Biden screw up. The time, Mitchell, we were talking about this earlier. The time when he was having a rally, I don't even know what it was, and he was like, well, someone in the audience, my good friend Chuck something, it wasn't even Chuck, it was a weird name. I'm just going to use Chuck. My good friend Chuck Schlossenberger. Come on, Chuck, stand up. And the guy was in a wheelchair, but he had called him his good friend, so,
He should have known.
He should have known. He needs to know his stuff before he starts talking. And he just, not huge things, but just he messes up little things. He was in Philadelphia or something at a cheese, at a Coney place or something. I don't even know, a steakhouse, Philly cheese steakhouse place. And the guy was admiring him. He was and Biden's well, what can I do for you? He's raise, he was cut taxes, and Biden's well, you have to be such a smart ass. And then that was in the news. But he later said he was joking and stuff like that. But, that's not a big deal. But still, that's pretty stupid for him to say that. He had the crappiest health care plan, though.
Well, it's because the Republicans screwed it up.
No, it was screwed up in the first place. No.
Well, you can make stuff up all you want. That's okay.
You can too. Believe
whatever
Keith Olbermann tells you to believe.
Okay.
I'm Keith Olbermann. I just tell people. And then you believe it. But, okay. Nothing's really changed.
Oh, well, yeah, it has too.
Well, I haven't noticed anything.
Yeah, well.
Taxpayers haven't noticed anything. Healthcare hasn't noticed anything. The stimulus bill hasn't done anything yet. Oh yeah, bull crap. I can say That's just like me saying, by not eating an Oreo, I just prevented 6 pounds of weight gain. I mean, you can use that with anything. Oh, by, you know.
But you can't.
They haven't, we would still, that stimulus bill, what he's saying now is, we could have been worse off. Hey, it's bad now, but we could have been worse off, okay? That's his campaign slogan he's using right now.
Well, if it hadn't been for the Republicans and some of the Democrats, they could have had a larger stimulus bill.
Larger stimulus bill wouldn't have done anything, would it?
Sure.
Like what?
Well, that's what the economists claim.
Well,
You'll never know, of course.
My thoughts on Dick Cheney. He shot a guy in the head.
He's known for several things.
Which was pretty funny.
That's what he is a comic.
Well, he was sort of, him and Biden are sort of alike in the fact that they screw up a lot. Cheney shot a guy in the head and Obama just
shot his own foot.
Yeah. But yeah, supposedly he was like drinking beer or something like that, but he's like, I only had one. But then he shot a guy in the head, How can you say, oh, a deer, and then just like, I don't like Cheney very much, I have to admit. Well, let's talk about American wars then. There have been good things that have come out of wars,
Okay.
Like World War II. Sure, it was horrible. Millions of Jews were killed.
Yeah.
But a few good things came out of it. Like, it made the U.S. a world superpower. That was a good thing. But the Civil War abolished slavery. The Vietnam War, that was a pretty bad war when it comes to not really getting too much done, because the whole problem with the Vietnam War was that the Johnson administration wasn't there to win the war. They were just there to be there.
No.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
No. Well, then what do you think, Ron? I'm
what do I think what? About what?
About Vietnam.
Oh. Well, it's a war we shouldn't have fought.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Some things could have been changed that we probably could have won it.
It's doubtful. It's hard to kill somebody. It's that when you attack their home.
Well, again,
you're going to have to defeat them. You're going to have to wipe them out.
Well, and again, it wasn't really like fighting like a nation. It was like fighting.
Vietnam wasn't like fighting a nation.
No, it was like communism.
No, the communists supported it. It wasn't communist.
It was like a guerrilla war. They would like go through and just get randomly attacked. It wasn't like, it would be easier to fight like Mexico or something than to fight a war like that.
There was borders and there were territories.
Still, like Iraq War, it's a really hard war because you're not fighting a nation. Mitchell, shut up. All they're going to hear is whispering on there. It's going to sound crabby. Mitchell, shut up. All they're going to hear is whispering on there. It's going to sound crabby. Mitchell, shut up. All they're going to hear is whispering on there.